Great morning, holy brothers and sisters! For the 10th of ADAR in the Kitzur Likutei Moharan, today's lesson will be called Descending Devourers. Teaching number 50, Hatzila Mecharav Nafshi, Rescue My Life from the Sword. Psalms 22:21. Anyone who blemishes himself with forbidden physical intimate relationships or thoughts is incapable of praying in the way described by the verse, all my bones will speak. Psalms 35:10. That is, he cannot taste sweetness in the words of the prayers. For when a person tastes the sweetness and prays with his whole being, it is called, all my bones will speak. But it is impossible for a person to taste sweetness in his prayers unless he has rectified himself in this area. Don't let demons and dungeons bring down delightful devotion. A person who has blemished himself with physical intimate immorality is in a state known as bitter waters, and impure seed. Because of this, he cannot pray in the way called, all my bones will speak. Then a dog descends and devours his sacrifice, namely his prayer, and he is engulfed by a bitter melancholy identified with the sword and with Gehenna, hell. But when a person rectifies himself in this area, he is in a state known as sweet waters, pure waters, and holy seed. Then the person's words are sweet and good, and when they leave his mouth and he sounds them to his ears, the sweetness of his words then enter his bones, and his prayer has the quality of all my bones will speak. Then a lion descends and devours his sacrifice. Descend devouring dogs, do diligent domineering. To the degree that a person has attained physical intimate purity, and to the degree that he is connected to true tzaddikim who maintain this purity on the ultimate level, so can he taste sweetness in the words of his prayers. A person who has polluted himself through physical intimate impurity should guard himself from dogs and from the sword. Know that the brazen-faced people of the generation are in fact dogs. They are the ones who rise up and attack the prayer of someone who has not yet achieved complete physical intimate purity. You may infer from this the enormity of the sin of those people who attack another's prayers and who want to confuse his prayer. These people are literally called dogs, as in the dogs are brazen, Isaiah 56:11. For even though this one who is praying is not yet merited to attain physical intimate purity, and it is for this reason that he's being antagonized so, which is like a dog descends and devours the sacrifice, nonetheless, those who attack him are still not exempt from punishment, for they uproot their souls from holiness, and they cause themselves to literally be called dogs for attacking this person's prayers, despite the fact that the latter has not yet purified himself completely. For however inferior this person may be, he must certainly still struggle to pray with all his might, and even though he is unable to sense the sweetness in the words of the prayers, the effort alone is extremely precious. Those who antagonize him, however, are nothing but dogs, and their sin is beyond all forgiveness. The tzaddik's eating is very precious, since it brings contentment to his holy soul. Consequently, it is forbidden for him to fast. But a person who needs to fast certainly ought to, and indeed it is a mitzvah for him to do so. The disease characterized by the breaking and deteriorating of the bones, may God save us, is brought about by physical intimate lust. Propose to pace towards perfect purity and power, peace. As always, thank you so much for learning together. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember to like, comment, share, and borrow, and please God, we'll learn again tomorrow.